Good morning, YouTube. Excuse me, gotta light up my bowl. I did a quick pack on it. Just one of my little favorite pipes. I know you guys see these all the time because I got 2 or 3 of them that are pretty much alike. They're just basically a little bit different colored. This one's a county, I think they call it. And you know, of course, it's just a little one because I like them like that. But it's really nice light browns, and I have them in blacks and browns and in red tones, and this one's just a really nice, I don't know if you can see the pretty little coloring on it, but it's light with little dark edges and stuff. Nice Cumberland band on that. Looks like a bowling ball. And of course I have a bit on it because, you know me, I'm a clencher, and when they're a lightweight enough pipe, I just carry it around in my mouth too much. And I usually light Dunhills with a match. Well, this one just isn't loaded good, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just go back to my little Nording because it's loaded too. That one had some of Dad's old Ajax in it, and I'm on my last jar of Ajax, and so and there's that little story, I don't know, it's on one of the other VRs that I've done about, or videos I've done about my dad's little group of friends that went out to the fields and used to steal tobacco out of the fields here in Weston and Missouri and stuff. And so one time they were out in the field, and when they're not supposed to be, and AJ was watching the road to let him know, you know, when to hide. A cop came down the road, and Ajax, he let the guys know somebody's coming. It turned out to be a cop, and he just turned around and started taking a whiz there in the field. And when the cop came up, you know, he said, "What you doing?" And Ajax said, "Well, you know, I needed to go to the bathroom." So, and the cop said, "Okay, fine." And he got back in his car and he left. And so when they made the next blend, they named it Ajax because of his courage and valor. That's a good load. It's not a good light. Inhaled. Sitting on my front porch early in the morning, and there's some redbirds over there. Yay, my redbirds are back. Beautiful day. We've had stupid hot weather. We went right out of winter, having snow on the weekends, to 80 and 90 degree temperatures. Friday it was 100 degrees. Just too silly. So today I want to talk to you about a couple different things. First of all, thank you. You guys have been very supportive in everything of Danny Shore and of me trying to sell his pipes. And when he said, you know, will you help me sell my pipes? I said, yeah, sure. And I'm thinking, you know, no big deal. And then as I started getting in, you know, over 100, I thought, well, maybe it is a bigger deal than I thought. And it's a good thing I love him, because if I didn't love him, I wouldn't be doing this. I looked at eBay, and I thought about doing maybe an Etsy shop and an eBay, but that is just takes too doggone long. And there's so many little pipes that were just nice pipes for a beginner, but you know, who's going to go look on eBay for, you know, $10 pipes? So I did that first round with 2 for $20, and they were $10 pipes. They were very nice, good pipes, and I thought they were a fair price for the quality and how clean they were and stuff. But then maybe I'm a little prejudiced because they're Danny's. Then the second group went up, and it did very, very well, and it's still up. It's the 2 for $30. So you're getting, I mean, there's chamois in there and stuff. But one of the things that has been fun as I've been going through his pipes, because for God's sake, I thought I'd have to marry him in order to play with his pipes. You know, that didn't sound right, did it? But anyway, I keep coming across pipes that bring back such great memories. And so I thought I'd tell you about one of the makers, just because it's an old woman being able to talk about somebody who, you know, doesn't exist anymore. So I should have brought out matches, because when I have a match, I can use that wood to, like a tamper and everything, stir it up and stuff. So I'm gonna set my pipe down. I have been running on nicotine for the last couple of weeks, and then after I got off doing what I was doing, I said, okay, now I'm going to concentrate on getting some of Danny's pipes sold. And as you see, I went at it full force. But then I will work Thursday, so you're going to get a little break until the next weekend. But anyway, I'm off focus, aren't I? I'm always off focus. I wanted to tell you about some pipes that I keep coming across. By the way, when you see a pipe, when I get them, I take a look at them, I write them down, I inventory them, I put them into a nice bag, and then I take and saran wrap it all together so they're nice, tight, and very well protected. So this is how the inventory on the pipes looks, you know. And then I take them out of the wrap, I show them off, and then I put them back in, which means you go through a lot of saran wrap, but hey, it's cheaper than tissue paper. You'll have to just put up with the dogs. They're doing their job. But who I wanted to talk to you about is, and here's a good example, is Tom Howard. And I pulled out one of his pipes because I just wanted to tell you a story about Tom Howard. Now, this pipe is a really large pipe. It's, you know, imported briar. It says right on there, Tom Howard. See, it's a very nice pipe. And I know what he paid for them, so that's how come I can price them as low as I can, because I'm trying to give you your money's worth. And Danny's all on board with it. He has no problem with it. But let's go back to Tom Howard. Tom Howard, I've already had a couple of smaller pipes of his up and that have been for sale. But these I just wanted to show you because here's the story about Tom Howard. You guys know my dad sowed briar and we traveled a lot. And my folks, my mom's folks were into tobacco. My dad's folks were into the briar. We traveled all over the world when we were young, buying briar futures, I guess is what most people would call them. And then my dad would go to different companies and he would sell the briar futures. And that doesn't sound like much, but you got to realize that in order to do that, he had to go check those trees out. He had to take and bore them. Back then, even now they have tests that are easier, but back then, you know, hang on a second. Shut up! And that's only going to last about 3 minutes, if that. If I get 3 minutes out of that shut up, I'll be good. But anyway, back to Tom Howard. So Tom Howard was this little, you got to realize these are, I was really young. I mean, I think it was even like before 1960. So that shows you I'm under 5 or 8. But my sisters and I, we would travel with my dad, even sometimes if my mom didn't, because sometimes she just got tired of doing it. And I really liked doing it. So my dad took me a lot more than he did my sisters because they whined and didn't want to go to, you know, the warehouses that housed the tobacco. They weren't clean places. And, you know, you would go in the back door and there by the back door is the trash heap. And, you know, so you would smell that ammonia-aided tobacco. You would, you know, you would see the bad part of it that you guys never see because all you guys see is what's in the tins or in the bulk. But, you know, my sisters didn't like going because we always were in the cruddier part of those factories, you know, talking to people and selling things and showing things and stuff. So, you know, they only liked going to the shows and the foo-foo things, and they did like traveling around the world, but I loved going east with him, and we would go east. And when we went east, and I wish I could tell you more about the towns and stuff, but I would have to really do a lot of looking up, and this is just a quickie, already into 20 minutes, and I haven't explained it. Tom Howard was really a unique pipe maker in that he was a lot of fun for us. used to do a little puppet show for us. And every time we would go to see him and he knew we were coming, he would have little puppets or little wood dolls that he would make for us. And then he would put on a little puppet show or a little show with the little dolls, and then he would give us those little wood dolls. And I still have a couple, and I was gonna pull one out, but it's packed very well, and I don't want to mess up my packing right now. But he would make us these little dolls or these little puppets, and he would do a little show, and he would just make us crack up laughing. He was better than any clown. And gosh, all the noise out here today. It was very nice that he would do that for us. And so for me, when I come across another Tom Howard, you know, that's going up on the blocks to sell, I'm being very careful not to overprice them, because sometimes a memory puts more value into a pipe than what the value of the pipe is. So if you see something that looks like I've priced it by memory, for a memory, as opposed to pricing it for its value, you just let me know, and I can adjust that. But like I say, this is like an immaculate condition. I mean, I don't know if you can see that rim. That is not from burn. That is still the original finish on that pipe up there. Man, I would... Some of these pipes he's cleaned so well that I can't tell if they've been smoked or not. If it wasn't for the fact that sometimes there's a little bit of chatter on the bit like this one, I would have swore it hadn't been smoked. But I just wanted to tell you the story about Tom Howard, and like I say, and that's what this video was really about. It wasn't showing off more of his pipes for sale or anything. It's just saying thanks for buying them, and that I know it's a big job, and I've been having so much fun doing it, because, as I say, as I'm doing this, so many fun memories come back, and my dogs aren't going to shut up. So I'm going to have to shut this video off and say happy, happy, joy, joy. You know I'm watching you.